Guess who could well be on her way back to the United Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen? That's right, Shamima Begum, because she is still very much campaigning to return to these shores to live amongst us. And she is, of course, being helped by wealthy lefty lawyers who no doubt are making a shitload of money out of this case alone. Because the longer it drags on, the more money they make. I know how they work. And not only does she have lefty lawyers, she also has the bleeding heart woke progressives campaigning on her behalf to get her back here because of reasons. Now, her case was very recently brought to the Court of Appeal in London, and it's a bid to overturn the then Home Office Secretary's decision to strip her of her British citizenship. And her legal team put forward a case saying that it was indeed unlawful to do so. And her barrister, Samantha Knight, KC, or King's Counsel, said in written submissions, the appellant's trafficking was a mandatory relevant consideration in determining whether it was conducive to the public good and proportionate to deprive her of citizenship, but it was not considered by the Home Office. As a consequence, the deprivation decision was unlawful. They also put forward that the UK had failed to have a full and effective investigation into how Shamima Begum was trafficked. So they are saying that basically because she was trafficked, she didn't know what she was doing at that age, etc. She can't be at fault. She wasn't responsible for what she did. But what we do know about what Shamima Begum did during her time in ISIS is horrendous. We know she was a member of the strict, fanatical religious police. We know she pointed weapons at females with bright red shoes because they had bright red shoes. We know that she said that she saw men being decapitated by ISIS and it didn't flinch her at all. It didn't affect her in any way and she felt nothing. And we know that she helped to sew in suicide bombers into their explosive vests. Now, does this sound like the sort of person we want living amongst us here in the United Kingdom? ISIS have already said publicly, very publicly, that they will put members of their terrorist group amongst illegal migrants coming here in their thousands across the channel in their dinghies every day. We know that there are extremist Islamic groups here in the UK operating, and they are apparently being watched by our security services. So who's to know that once Shamima Begum has bedded in, being housed, fed, watered, benefited, and years down the line, when the order comes for her to commit an outrage, who knows what she might do? And I think it's for the ultimate safety of the British citizens, which is the first job of any government, that Shamima Begum is to stay where she is and never come back. Now, I have no doubt in my mind there is a general election coming up. Who knows who'll win, but all I know is I'm not voting for either of the mainstream parties, but I think it would greatly benefit and look good for the present government to win this case and do everything they can to keep this monster out of here. And I don't think the government will win and keep her out of it because the wealthy lefty lawyers might very well influence and sway one of the many lefty judges we have here in the criminal justice system, sadly. So expect Shamima Begum to win back her British citizenship. She becomes a macabre celebrity of sorts, where no doubt she'll be making money out of this. There'll be films, books, everything. She will profit out of her time in the worst terrorist group in history. And that's how things are, sadly, these days. It's a shame, isn't it? Anyway, there we go. And until the next time, look after yourselves and Roger Trout.